wow, this is astoundingly terrible. You have kinda weird. Literally one of the worst songs I've ever heard. I think you're using literally wrong, dude. Hey, welcome back to another exciting episode of EDM Chatters. What am I doing with my hands? I don't know. But we're going to be talking about today's topic, obviously, because what else are we going to do? Today's topic is... artists changing their sounds. Is it good? Is it bad? Do we have to give a shit? So, Skrillex came out with 2 songs this past week. So, we're recording this May 15th, by the way. So, Skrillex did come out with 2 songs this past week, but this episode is coming out next week. So, just keep that in mind. Mm-hmm. But he came out with 2 songs, Too Bizarre and Butterflies, with Swaley and Sick Brain, and Fortet and Stara, respectively. And I gotta be honest, when I first heard these songs, I was like, this ain't Skrillex, man. This isn't Skrillex. But what happens when an artist changes their sounds? Because, like, anything that Skrillex makes inherently is Skrillex, right? Like, what does Skrillex sound like? When someone says it doesn't sound like Skrillex or sound like this artist, that is a sound that you have ascribed to them. It is not necessarily a sound that they identify themselves as. So if someone says, "Oh, this doesn't sound like Skrillex," I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that Skrillex wasn't in the studio when he was making this himself. This is by Skrillex. This sounds like Skrillex. This is Skrillex." Mm-hmm. But I get what they mean, right? Because we looked at the Reddit thread on Too Bizarre, and some of these comments are just downright like
they're hilarious.
They're really funny, but a lot of these comments are just not having this song, man. Like, this song is fine, but it isn't even electronic music anymore. I mean, that's fair. It's not.
Yeah.
But that is like a fair. It's not even a criticism. It's just a observation. Mm-hmm. But then you have comments like, "Wow, this is astoundingly terrible." You have kinda weird. I'll give you that. Mm-hmm. Literally,
the screaming absolutely ruins the song.
I heard that a lot. I didn't really mind it.
I appreciated it. It was a
I
callback.
Liked it. Yeah, but then you
pop punk.
And then it's like literally one of the worst songs I've ever heard. I think you're using literally wrong, dude. Like, there are way worse songs than this.
Oh,
there are way worse songs. You need to broaden your horizons and find some, like, other bad music because it's out there. But back to the topic. When an artist changes their sound, like, what do we as fans think about it? Because, so, there's a couple different things that an artist can do. They can just change their sound. They can go a different direction, kind of reevaluate what they want to do. Or they can just create an entirely different alias so that fans don't really feel as, I guess, alienated by the new sound. They always have that first project they can go back to, but then this project is this sound. Like, and there are examples throughout time, especially in dance music, where it's so easy just to change your alias, your persona. I mean, the first one that I was ever exposed to was Clockwork, and if you don't recognize that name, it's because he doesn't make music as that alias anymore. That artist is now R.L. Grime. R.L. Grime used to make house music, people. House music.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. But, like, that was... I think that ended in 2014.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, like, yeah. I remember he did sets as both aliases, I think, at Hard Summer 2014, and that was the last time I ever saw Clockwork on a lineup. Mm-hmm. And R.L. Grime just got so much bigger, honestly. I'm not faulting him for that at all. But what if he had started making hard trap under Clockwork? Like, would that have been okay?
Just out of nowhere or something?
Yeah. But, like, would that have been okay? Is that for us to even deign it being okay? Like, is that for us to even, like, is that for even so much as to do more like?
What happened?
I was trying to remember, like, the fucking, like, the girl at the pageant, like, I don't know.
What?
Nothing. Never mind.
That went so over my head. Like there was a glitch in the Matrix. For whatever reason, like reality just broke. Am I supposed to follow that in any way? Like, were you referencing something?
I was trying to.
Okay. Like, the fuck? Holy.
So yeah, Calvin Harris did this as well. I'm just getting right back into it. Let's go. Yeah, no, Calvin Harris, when he started doing more techno stuff, he got a new alias called Lover Generator. And that wasn't so much a different, like, that wasn't like a wild change like Clockwork to Earl Grime. It was still like in the house and techno realm, but it was definitely more techno than it was house. Or at least the pop stuff that Calvin Harris was doing. And then you got like Porter Robinson and Virtual Self, and that is definitely a different vibe.
Yeah,
so, but
totally.
At the same time, though, I don't think we really would have minded if he released Virtual Self stuff as Porter Robinson, right?
Yeah, I mean,
so,
I guess for him it was like a creative decision. Like
definitely.
Virtual Self is like a whole different,
whole different brand. It's an experience, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, sorry, Mike. I hit my mic. I'm sorry. But yeah, so I mean, like, there are all these different examples of like artists who released music on different aliases where we wouldn't really mind if they didn't, and then artists who released different music. Getter, prime example, when he released his album Visceral, people had a, for lack of a better word, visceral reaction to that album, and especially the live performance, where I was actually at the dress rehearsal for the Visceral live show. And even at the show, like, it was great for what Visceral is. But even then, I had, the thought, I was like, where's the dubstep? Like, I don't know how this is going to go. And sure enough, people, like, I would never have, like, booed or, like, in any way criticized him for doing that. Yeah. Even though, like, I, in my head, was like, I don't know about this. But a lot of people did. And so that's, a prime example of when an artist changes their sound a little bit and the fans take it way too far. I don't think that Skrillex fans are going to go so far as to boo Skrillex at his shows when he plays these new songs. But, I mean, I think there are a bunch of different examples. I mean, even Flux Pavilion, who we had on the show earlier, changed up his sound a little bit on .wav. And then Zed went from clarity to true colors, like... You're talking about this like beautiful electro sound to more of a poppy sound, and now the stuff that he's making currently.
I also I just thought about like Daft Punk going from
my God, yes,
like Discovery, then Human After All, and then going to Random Access Memories. Huge, like,
dear Lord, yeah,
huge theme change, huge genre change for them, and they got like to this day still people like,
didn't it win a Grammy?
Totally, yeah, but I mean people were just like, oh, it's not Discovery, like,
I mean,
and
I'll even say like Random Access Memories is not my favorite album.
Yeah, for sure, it's not for everybody, but they were definitely getting
I just have to say really quick, if you auto-tune Julian Casablancas, you can go die in a ditch. That man's voice does not need to be auto-tuned. Why are you doing it? I disagree. I know I'm gonna get hate. I know I'm gonna get hate on this. I know I'm gonna get hate on this. But what is that song? Instant Crush. Screw that song. That is the worst song.
I mean, in my opinion, honestly, that song is very boring to listen to.
Yeah. Do not auto-tune Julian Casablancas from The Strokes. Reptilia, anyone?
They probably auto-tuned him with something from like the 90s or something, and that was their reasoning behind it.
Yeah, it was like a vocoder, but then get somebody else to sing it.
Like this vocoder was like the first vocoder ever created.
But like we want to get Julian Casablancas from The Strokes. He's an amazing vocalist. We want him to sing this track. Oh, cool. Yeah. What do you want to do with it? Auto-tune it. But back to the point at hand. So I think even though we don't mention it a lot in the show, I think it's pretty well known right by now that I write for Your EDM, and I wrote an editorial about this exact topic, and we decided to, explore it in more depth with, a couple different opinions on EDM Matters, on EDM Chatters. Mm-hmm. But I'll read what I wrote. At the end of the day, while an artist has some degree of debt to their fans for getting them to where they are, that debt does not extend to creative endeavors or decisions about what an artist can or cannot make. An artist at the end of the day is someone who makes art and makes it however they see fit because they are the creator. There is no debt to fans when an artist makes music. If you like an artist's art, you appreciate it. If you don't like that specific piece of art, you do not have the right to call them out on being a sellout, on, say like, oh, well, I don't like this sound anymore. Like, cool, it wasn't made for you.
Yeah.
So this isn't like, this topic isn't going to go away. Like, we've even seen outside of EDM, we've seen like Paramore and Bring Me the Horizon change their sounds. So it's not, specific just to EDM either. Mm-hmm. But if an artist changes their sound and it's not your cup of tea, the thing about it is they probably still have all their old music up online that you can go back and listen to. So if you don't like the new sound, just go listen to their old stuff, or find someone who is making their old sound if that's what you want. But don't say an artist isn't allowed to make their art.
Mm-hmm.
That's
it. Yeah, especially some of these people complaining on Reddit. It's just like, if you don't like it, then you do it. You make the old Skrillex bro step sound or whatever. Yeah, if you think that's better, or
fuck around, see what happens.
Yeah, like,
why not? Yeah, give it a shot.
You think your opinion's so
Dare you?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you do it better. You do it better than Skrillex, and let's see what happens.
Exactly. If you can do it better than Skrillex, I will give you my left thumb.
You heard it here, folks.
Scouts honor. I don't know. I wasn't a Boy Scout. This is Sufi from Dane Cook. So.
Well, there we go. I think we solved it.
I could also do this.
Fans, calm down.
This is fun.
Also, we might get like a live band with Skrillex. And like a live set or whatever with these new tracks.
Ooh,
I'm down for that.
I hadn't even thought about that.
That'll be sick.
I'd like that. Anyway, I think that about does it for us, right? Unless you got anything to say?
Nope.
Okay. Yep. Let artists be artists. Let them do their thing. This has been EDM Chatters. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal. Hit that bell, notifications, blah, blah, blah. I've been Matt. He's been Vince. Yeah. I had to think a second. I wanted to make sure I got that right. I'm like, I'm not Vince. Anyway, yeah. See you next time, buddies. Friend, pal.
Bye, guys.
Man.